Hospitality franchisors are notoriously known for early starts, late work, tough grind, and if you've got a family, if you've got kids, if you've got a newborn, that might not be the right lifestyle fit for you. Hey everyone, welcome to Courtside Conversations. My name's Emile, founder and owner of Little Boomers Basketball, and it's a pleasure to be your host today. Wherever you're watching today's episode, I hope you're having a booming day, and yes, the pun is intended. My journey to entrepreneurship started on May 1st, 2018 when I launched my first basketball program with 9 kids enrolled. Today, thousands of kids across Australia are thriving in our programs, all thanks to the commitment and passion of our incredible franchisees. This podcast is here to give you real, straightforward, no BS insights into business, entrepreneurship, and what it's like to own a franchise. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. So the other day, I met up with somebody that was interested in purchasing an existing franchise within the network. Let's call his name James. Now, prior to meeting James already met with a couple of our franchisees. He had a discussion with Greg, our operations manager. He was excited and ready to go with this new franchise. After meeting him for an hour, we both mutually agreed to part ways with this opportunity. And if you want to hear the end of that story, stick around to the end. I'll tell you what happened there. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to find the right franchise for you in 2025. Let's get into it. So there are 3 key elements that I'm going to explain to you to help you find the right franchise in 2025. Stick around for the end and stick around for that story. I'll tell you what happened there. Number 1 is lifestyle fit. Is the franchise or business going to give you the lifestyle that you want? Remember, all franchises are different. All of them got different times, are completely different. For example, hospitality franchisors are notoriously known for early starts, late work, tough grind, and if you've got a family, if you've got kids, if you've got a newborn, that might not be the right lifestyle fit for you. And we notice in our franchise, for example, because we're dealing with kids and after school care, it's very flexible for parents because we have classes after 4, we have weekend classes, the parents can also bring their child to the class. It's a very family-friendly lifestyle business. So make sure that whatever franchise you're looking into suits the lifestyle that you want. Let's get into the second point. Point number 2 is unit economics, and this is where people get duped the most. You need to make sure that the financial numbers of the business make sense to you. You need to understand the unit economics of the business. The royalty fee structure, is it fixed? Is it percentage? The fees in the business, the investment, what your investment covers. Is there a marketing levy? What the average profit margin is of a business, what the revenue is. But unfortunately, people get duped here because they get marketed saying 6 figures in the first 6 months, which is based on revenue, but they don't see the expenses associated and what the final net profit is. So this is where people kind of get duped, so to speak. But whatever it is, you need to make sure that the unit economics makes sense for you. The financial stability of the business makes sense. And I tell this to people all the time. When you get issued a franchise agreement, go straight to the FDD, franchise disclosure document, and look at all the table of the fees that are included in your business so that you don't get caught off guard. Let's move to the third and the final point. The other day I was speaking to a lady and she was telling me that she's run some hypothetical profit and loss numbers and she wanted to run them by me. So I said, okay, what do you have? I've calculated, Emile, the court hire fees to be about $200 an hour. And then I said, whoa, hold on. Your numbers are really off. It's like, I said, where did you get those numbers from? Oh, look, I assumed. Never assume. I've created a franchise profit calculator where you can input real numbers, court hire fees, coaches' wages, how many kids you have in the program, so you can find out what your potential profit is per class. Click the link below to use the calculator. I hope you find it useful. The third and the final point, and this goes back to the story that I mentioned earlier on, is support and systems. What support are you going to get offered in the franchise network and what systems you have? I'll give you a great example. Part of our recruitment process is every potential franchisee must call and speak to at least 3 franchisees. One of the questions this person asked to a franchise they said, did you face any problems in the business and how did the franchisor support you when you faced that problem? What a question. Now in franchising, people are going to promise 24/7 support. We're going to be available. Your support is our success. rah, rah, rah. But if you really want to find out if the franchise network offers really good support, call and speak to franchisees. Ask them, did you face any adversities? And when you did, what support did franchisor offer you? If they say, oh, look, I had this problem and I was trying to get a hold of somebody and nobody helped me and I was on the phone and I was stuck in the waters by myself, run the other way. That's a franchise network with poor support. Now, the final thing on the topic of support is it's so important that if you're coming into a franchise network, that you have a strong relationship with head office and with the franchisor, because that is who you're going to be dealing with for the next 5 years and beyond. And going back to the story that I mentioned earlier with James, the reason why we parted is we didn't feel like our relationship was going to prosper in the 5 years, because there was a bit of friction and we didn't feel like the relationship between me, the franchisor, and him, the franchisee, was going to be there. As a result, we both mutually agreed to part ways. So the relationship that you have with the franchisor and with head office must be strong for a successful partnership. So to summarize, how to find the right franchise for you in 2025. Number one, lifestyle fit. What lifestyle do you want? Make sure the franchise and business matches the lifestyle you want. Number two, the unit economics. Make sure the financial numbers make sense to you. Do your research, read the FDD. And number three is support and systems. What support are you going to have as a franchisee? Call franchisees, because believe me, they'll tell you the honest truth. Call franchisees and ask them, what's an example of a problem that you experienced and how did head office or how did the franchisor support you with that problem?